Hello and welcome to the Red Room. Today is Pride Day.
Well, it's Pride Month, but it's the last week of Pride.
It's Sister Pride Day. Uh,
Yay!
Today's release is Sister Pride, a new scenario for Wretched Darkness, Wretchploitation, something else, Wretched in general. And this is Sylvia's scenario, so
Yes. Well, first let me start by saying that it's really not offensive. Well, I don't think it is offensive.
of course it's
This
offensive.
is
It's
just
called
me
Pride.
being edgy. Yeah, I know. So, Sister Pride, let me just tell you the story about how it came to be. If you are familiar with the Sister of the Seven Sins, and I guess it kind of didn't sell that bad, right? You
No,
should know there is, yeah, I know it was in
yeah, no.
the other place
And it was released
from
through
postmortem,
postmortem,
exactly.
so it's
So you may know there was a character there that was called Sister Pride. That was a transgender, no, transsexual nun.
yes.
So last year, more or less, I think it was Avenger released an adventure for Pride, right? Assault adventure for Pride after the one about the abortion.
I don't remember that,
I
but
know,
yeah,
I know
maybe.
that. Yes, that
I
I
remember
thought.
the
Oh,
abortion one, the
then he
pride
put
one.
one for. I think he put one for Pride because I think that's when I got the idea. Oh, I should have written an adventure for Pride. That would have been fun. Could get us expelled from drive through. Well, I didn't thought about that at the time. I swear, but I didn't had enough time for that. So I said, okay, next year I'm going to do an adventure for Pride, and right away I thought it's gonna be called Sister Pride. Why? Because it sounds good. But the idea of this adventure is the obvious classical trope of the tranny killer. And you were going to say
You can say
something.
China.
I can. You're not monetized. Okay.
No.
The trans killer.
Yes, no, I wasn't going to say anything.
Ah,
Unless you want me to show to
yeah.
start. Okay, so
Let's
let's.
just show a little bit
So this is the cover. Nothing special. It's a nun. So let's.
in the rainbow.
Yes, a nun and a rainbow. Okay, there's an introduction, of
Yes,
course,
it
as
basically
usual.
tells the story. Oh, and this takes place in Portugal in the 90s because it is also a follow up on the Sisters of the Seven Sins.
Hmm.
In Portugal in the 90s, we thought it was an interesting time. There was a lot of hookers and
Political backstep.
drugs.
This is the part where we as far right people,
Yes,
we excuse our anyway. Just kidding. You talk about drugs.
yes.
Yes, this guy is a drug addict. A what's it called?
Caroço?
No, yeah,
No.
okay, Karosh. No, I meant what they do to earn some money.
Ah, sim, uma ponta de carros.
Valet,
A
yeah,
valet, yeah. I don't know if they do that in other places, probably.
yeah,
But
but
in
here they
Portugal, it
do.
was very, very
This is
annoying.
what
Now,
I asked
yeah.
Mid Journey for. Well,
It was very annoying. The guy. Well, it was better to park cars than to rob people.
yeah,
Then we have the setting, so Lisbon, with a lot of places that were popular in the 90s. It's a continuation of the
this place here in
Sisters.
particular is interesting, and we should talk about not the place itself, but
Moreiras, it's there. The
yes,
story is
yeah.
there. So that is awful. Moreiras Tower has an interesting story. You have Elephant Branco, the white elephant. That
Uh,
is.
if you are coming to Portugal, I can recommend this place to eat a steak.
I don't know if they're good anymore because now it's different. They say that now it's.
I didn't mean that those steaks. I meant the other steaks, the
You mean
human
the
steaks.
steak? Ah, okay. But they also supposed to have very good steaks.
I think those steaks are still similar what they were before. Don't go to Parque Eduardo Sétimo at night.
Unless you like
Unless you like,
boys.
yes, yes, young boys. There are women as well, but not
And
not that much.
some of them have dicks. No, I don't think they're
Yeah,
the ones with
probably.
dicks are in another place.
They're Brazilians, probably.
And it's going to be interesting, I think, the setting, because Miguel is doing a setting in Lisbon for Epoch. So some of the places, not Parque Eduardo setting probably, but places in Chiado
I don't
and
think it existed at
downtown.
the time.
No, it didn't. They're going
Yeah,
to be, well, they were still there, but
yeah,
in the
yeah,
past. I like this continuity. So this is all setting, okay, with the city. You have extra locations. You
yeah.
have
These are
night,
places,
yes, west of
real
Lisbon.
places, of course.
I need to put this bigger because I can't see shit. So you have almost 40 pages of setting, right?
Yeah, these places that don't exist anymore. These ones here. Well, I don't know. Maybe the Russian
This one
restaurant,
still exists. Yeah,
probably.
that one still exists. I checked.
These ones,
Cafe Café
the bars
doesn't.
all
Alcantara Mar
don't. Yeah,
doesn't. Yeah, Alcantara Café doesn't.
Paradise Garage. I think it's not
It's
there
still,
anymore.
yes. I don't know. I
That's
think
another name.
it reopened. Yeah. Then you got Lisbon by Night.
Yeah, this is mostly there. Yeah,
Yeah. You have
slight
Random
differences.
Nightlife. So some of them are not open anymore.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Trumps. So there's a gay club called Trumps, but it's been opened a long time before
Yeah,
Trump
has
was.
nothing to do with Donald Trump.
No, but
No
I thought it was
relation.
funny to include it. Then we
It would
have a
be interesting
table.
if it was Trump's own bar in
Yes,
Lisbon,
that will be.
but
Then we have
it's
a
not.
table of scandal and gossip. And I know, Miguel, you want to
Oh
talk
yeah,
about the Taveiras
yes, Taveira
affair.
Fair. So a couple of minutes ago, I mentioned that lovely building. That lovely building is not really lovely. Was a project signed by a renowned architect called Tomás Taveira. So Tomás Taveira is a very famous individual
For
in
very
Portugal.
reasons.
Yeah, not for his buildings. Well, also because they are a bit kitsch.
Awful.
So yes, but it's probably more famous to my generation for his sex tapes. Not because his sex tapes were good, but because his sex tapes were even worse than his than his buildings. So the guy had, besides having designed, or I think that's the word, I don't know, several awful places. He also had a disco, or I
A
think it's
nightclub,
a nightclub called Bananas.
which is very
Bananas.
funny.
And there was a private room he and his friends met, or probably his office, I don't know. And he showed them his sex tapes there. So I think the sex tapes weren't really secret. There was people already that knew about them. But one day his cleaning lady decided to steal them and sell them to a newspaper, and then they went public, right? So it was interesting because years after that, at first the only thing that was published was some pictures of
Hmm.
those in a newspaper and a Spanish magazine, right?
Yes,
Interview.
it also came to a Spanish magazine.
I
Yeah.
didn't know about that, but it was interesting in Portugal. It was a weekly newspaper that only published scandals, basically. Um, and then years later, when I was in high school and after that in college, it was a frequent subject, kind of a urban legend. Who saw the Taveira tapes? Um, and after several years they were very difficult even to watch because the quality initially wasn't lovely at just to begin with, because well, the guy is kind of, it looks a bit like what's his name, Ron Jeremy.
But with a small dick and less
Yeah,
body hair,
probably
maybe.
a little bit less body hair, but yes, we can compare them, kind of. It's similar body type. Um,
It's something you don't want to see.
yeah, no, but you can, if you want to, just Google his name and sex tape, and you'll find it. And they are still. I recommend it if you want to.
But it was
Uh,
also a big scandal because one of the women was supposed to be the wife of a minister, so that's a reason why it even became more controversial.
Yes, but
Yeah.
I think that was a rumor, but it was true because usually rumors are true. I believe it was true. Está todo lá dentro. Não dá nada, não dá nada. Está todo lá.
Stop that. You see, this is not offensive. This has nothing to do with trans. Although he was sodomizing the.
Yeah. Well, it was offensive. It was a Me Too moment. Actually, it was mentioned
Yes.
at the time of the Me Too in Portugal because it was the best Me Too moment. So it was a mixture of Ron Jeremy and Harvey Weinstein. Although Ron Jeremy was arrested as well, right? Yeah, he was.
Yes.
Now this
Not Tavera.
no, not Tavera.
No, this one
This
is a
is
lie. It doesn't take. It
yeah.
didn't happen
No,
in the
it's not a lie.
90s.
No,
It
it's
didn't happen in the 90s, but I thought it was good.
but
It
it's
was.
here. Though
Yes.
this happened later, it's too good not to include here.
Yes.
You can also Google this one
It
actually
happened in.
because it happened in New York, so
Yes.
it's a very cosmopolite story. This guy was castrated by his lover. And this one is a Pride Month story because he was
Yes.
a very active gay guy in our
I
country.
could make a
Very
joke about
active.
that.
Well, he was very passive, but he was
Yeah,
active
well,
and
he was this annoying. He was, how do you say it? I've got it written, a social commenter. Very annoying. You know, one of those annoying queens that says shitty things about everybody, and everybody hated the hell out of him. And then his 18-year-old, he was like in his 60s, right? His 18-year-old model
yeah, I
boyfriend
think so.
killed him with a laptop while they were in New York, and then castrated him
Not just
with
yeah. Probably it wasn't the laptop that killed him.
yeah, no. And then castrated him with a wine opener.
So
And
I
the
guess
poor guy did
he
it in New
bled to death.
York, so he was sent. Yes, that he bled to
When
death.
she said poor guy, but she meant the killer,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
I meant the
victim.
killer. The poor guy was sent to prison because he did this in New York. If he had done it in Portugal, he probably wouldn't have stayed. Everybody was, I think, in Portugal that was the reaction. Oh,
Yeah, well,
poor boy.
you would have been arrested, but you would be out for a
Yeah.
long time
So
already.
now here we have the cast. So we have 40 pages of setting, and now we have the. Oh, let me just start about the story. So the story is about a tranny killer.
Not a tranny. You can say tranny.
Okay, about
Transsexual.
this confused killer. It's
Yes.
actually the story is also inspired
He
in real
suffers
facts.
from body dysmorphia.
Yes, he suffers from body dysmorphia.
Or
Uh,
sexual dysmorphia. I don't know. Gender dysmorphia.
this is also inspired in
Silly.
something that happened. So in the 90s, there was a serial killer in Portugal. He killed three people.
The only Portuguese serial
Yes,
killer.
well, people count Diogo Alves as a serial killer, but I
But
don't
he
think
wasn't
he
Portuguese.
wasn't. Okay.
He
Yes, he was
was
Galego.
Spanish. Yeah, well, Spanish.
Yep. But he kills three people and then disappeared. He killed three whores and imitated Jack the Ripper. And I thought it was interesting for the killer to be the Ripper. So the cast are people that will be investigating the murders. They don't have to be police detectives because in Portugal police detectives are shit anyway.
Now you are cancelled by police detectives in Portugal. By the way, some of these characters are also in Sisters of
Yes,
the Seven Sins. You probably
Manitas de
wouldn't
Plata
recognize
and
them, but yeah,
the journalists and Gato.
yeah, Gat is a police. Well, was
Not
a policeman.
anymore. Now
Yeah,
he's a private detective.
this is Sister Pride.
Sister Pride. Sister Pride is no longer a nun, of course. The convent went out of business.
Well, not necessarily.
She can still be a nun, but she's not in the convent.
We can also give away some information. In a alternative reality, the Sisters of the Seven Sins will be superheroes, kind of.
Hmm.
They are
Okay.
included in the new book for Vigilantes.
Yeah, I didn't
So
know that.
yeah, yeah,
You never tell me anything. I know it wasn't your.
yeah.
Uh,
Strauss transformed them into superheroes,
that's
not
fun. Super
Richard Michael
nuns.
Strauss.
Yes, I know. Super nuns. But okay, so Sister Pride decided to become a madam to get money since she gave he gave all her money. I did a mix there during the book. There's a mix.
Yeah,
She gave all her money to the congregation, and then she decided she needed money, so she opened up a hooker's business.
there's diversity.
It's,
Oh,
of course, there's
actually,
always diversity.
there's
There's a
many
lot.
diversity here. For example, and this is white one.
These are all NPCs, and then
Yes,
there's the killing itself. It's not a very well.
yeah.
It's
I'm
I'm
not
not saying
going
it's
to
not a
show
very
this.
large
Yeah.
scenario. Yeah, I'm not gonna delve too much in the story. It's not a very large scenario, but I think as usual, it has a lot of stuff there.
Yes, this
It
this
is
is.
just to prove that
No,
it's
it
not.
is. It is a large book,
Yes, it
at
is a
least.
large book. It has a lot of. Well, I'm not completely proud of this one because I had to finish in a rush because I had to go to Greece on holidays, so it could be worse. It could have been more problematic if I had more time.
You can't make it a little bit more problematic while playing it. It's just the options are all open, so it's
Yes,
as
it
as
doesn't
usual. It's
have.
a sandbox,
I
so
think it's even more open than the usual because I didn't put exactly an end.
of
It will
course it's
end
open.
as you,
It's very open,
however
like a
you
tunnel,
wish.
like a tunnel. Yeah, I don't know. It's the Portuguese jokes. I don't know if it
Yeah, this probably
translates.
don't translate well.
Yeah, probably I don't translate well.
And that's it.
Yeah. Okay, so
So
this is this week's release. It came early because we have to finish the month, and
and
it
it's
has to be
Pride.
before. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so you have 5 days of Pride still, I think, or
Well,
4. I don't know.
I don't know. It's gonna be Pride the entire year now.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe I'll do
Um,
another one for Pride this next year because I have another. I had another title for it, but you said it wasn't good. Euphoria.
yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
Sister Pride works much better.
Yeah, I know. Sister Pride is very obvious. I like it. That's how I started this adventure. Oh, Sister Pride, that's a good title. Now I need to come up with an adventure.
Okay, you
More
can
news.
more news. Yes. Okay, so
Next, well, you are working, yeah, sorry.
I'm
But
working on several things at the same time, more or
you're
less.
always working too
So
much.
I've just finished a alternative concept for vampires in vampires and werewolves. Uh,
Written by
yeah,
Combs, so you just finished
yeah.
laying it out.
So that will be a Ratchet verse, the next week's release. And I'm now starting editing that source book I mentioned for Ratchet Vigilantes.
Yes, heroes never win. The good guys never win.
The
I
good
like.
guys never win. Yes,
Yeah.
it's not finished yet. I think Strauss is still working on it. I think I'll do an adventure and a scenario, but I'm not sure about that. I think he will. So, but I've already started editing what he has finished writing. That's a possibility. Maybe it will be next week, the following week. Um, and I've already started preparing Ratchet Country Second Edition. It
I
will have there will be 3 scenarios, I think.
yes, I finished a one shot. I think it's a one shot. It's not very. It could be longer.
Well, yeah, short.
It's a short adventure. Yeah.
I wrote another short adventure, and then there's the one that was already included in the book. Will be there still. It's not actually a western. Um, I expanded a bit the town and
Hellstone.
neighboring places. Yes, neighboring places.
And we need to pause the recording because I just got
We
a
can. Okay,
package.
I'll
We
end the
can't.
report.
Then you continue.
Yes. Okay, so I'll finish. When I finish doing that, that's probably in 3 weeks. There will be the next release. It will in 3 weeks. Will probably be Ratchet Country. And there's no more news for today, so I'm going to end the recording now. Bye bye.